everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attacker Productions. Today I have Bancroft joined once again by Austin, Nick, and like always, Fluff.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
What's up, beautiful people?
In today's matchup is Austin versus Nick. Nick has brought back a good old classic of my favorites, Agents of Destruction, while Austin's taking his take on a cell deck, but it isn't the yellow-green variant, it is a blue-green variant. So, hope you all enjoy, and let's get into today's matchup.
Yeah, I had completely forgotten what Agents of Destruction does by this point because I haven't played against it in so long that I in retrospect, looking through the match, I was like, there's some points where like I should have seen X thing coming because the deck plays the same way, but I was like, oh my god, whenever it happened. And it put me on my toes quite a bit, this deck. This is probably one of my most favorite games I've had in a while, though. Nick and I were talking about after the match. It's a really good one.
Yeah, it's funny because I haven't played it since it came out with the anniversary box, and there are some big misplays that I will apologize for preemptively. But AOD really likes to flood the board with its little guys, or its 3 drops. There was new support with the Baby Janemba promo, which I've added to this list. It's pretty standard. It's just running all the AOD cards, and then just forcing your opponent just to lose by attrition.
I think
a lot of swings.
I think most AOD decks break down to, do you tech in the Majin Buu Unison? Okay, what extra cards do you tech in? Because everyone pretty much practically plays the same amount of battle cards. You play 4 of the Garlic Juniors, you play 4 of the 13s. You want to play at least 3 to 4 of the Bardock just because you're searchers.
Just to preface real quick, that Android 16 is underneath Cell. I just hate when decks like this, you put underneath the leader, take it underneath, take it out, so I just put to the side to make it easier for everyone.
Yeah, and one of the unique things about AOD is a lot of the search powers, you're looking for the actual card name instead of characters or traits. So it's really nice. You can grab extra card, you can grab any of the battle cards, you can grab the unisons. It makes a lot of versatility and gives you a lot more options when you're actually picking stuff.
Because it was a big, I remember when it first came out, there was a big issue with the whole, it doesn't say, it says agent, and there's one card that says agent, and it's like, no, you can't. You can grab that card just fine. It's okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I said I don't. My knowledge of this deck is limited. My playtime against it's also limited. I just knew that it played a lot of boys, but I just didn't know how.
It can be, a lot of times it's free, either through the Garlic Jr. can play 2 drops from your deck, which in this case is a super combo, Android 13 or Bardock. And typically, if you don't see Bardock, Garlic Jr. is a way of just getting it out. Here's a question for you: why didn't you swing with the 10K?
It's not a 10K; it's a 4K.
Oh, are those 1-drops 4Ks? Okay, I thought they were 10Ks.
Yeah, the
for some
1-drop.
reason.
You're thinking of the 10K crit that comes out after you KO a card.
I am,
which I can't KO because it's got stupid barrier.
Yeah, but to be fair, it really needs Bobbity to function.
Oh no, I'm aware.
Yeah, especially in a list like this where it's multicolor. If you lose that Bobbity, the deck kind of suffers for a turn or two until you get it back.
And that's why Gogeta is one of the hardest matchups for this deck, because the 6-drop blocker will just pop it.
Yeah.
It actually will send it to warp too, so you can't recover it.
Yeah. The right here, this is probably one of my favorite combos in the deck because I love I love this freezing unison. It's a really weird floodgate. So I discovered its uses when I was playing against Jake's Trunks Vegeta, where he can't pick his Trunks and Vegetas to KO because they have barrier or the Trunks, and it has to be 2 or more. So if we have lots of 1-drops on the board, he can't pick them, and he can't pick his Poutine and stuff. So after testing it against that so much, I fell in love with this unison. Plus, the extra crit is nice, and being able to look at the top card and replace one if you're looking for another android to draw with the leader is very nice.
So, if I recall correctly, this is going to be a turn where we see a misplay, and just kind of go over it real quick. I think it's the card you add to your hand from your leader. Just want to see it first.
Let's wait for the big reveal.
There it is.
What could it be? Yeah.
So the way this card works is that you look at the top 2 cards of the deck. You add Age Instructions to your hand. You put the rest at the bottom. You can only do that once per turn. Also, Nick just so kindly will just reveal the cards no matter what they are, which is kind of weird. Even if it was Age Instructions, he flips it face up.
I'm a good person. What can I say?
But conveniently enough, in this case, you did gain 4 cards out of this. You were able to... I think you would have awakened anyways without those 2. But you can only do those once per turn.
Yeah, so I could have technically still saw the cards, especially now that I have Turles on board to search. But yeah, it was.
I said Bardock earlier.
But the Turles is another really good piece just because it does have barrier, so it's kind of hard to get rid of nowadays. And it's just use draw power for the deck too, because the leader doesn't draw inherently on the backside. You do get to free play agents from your hand, which is really nice, but you're losing a lot of draw power with that, so the Turles is very necessary. And then one of the pieces I like is I do like the Android 13. He's a crit body. I'm a big fan of crit. He really forces the opponent to be more defensive with it, so it loses cards out of their hand. And it does have an activate main for 2, where you can KO a battle card and your opponent drops the card from hand. That doesn't really come into play too often because you're using your energy for more different things, but it is a nice option, and just the 20k crit threat is very, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's very prominent in the game.
I think we discussed...
Yeah, it did make me... Good.
I would say, I think me and Nick discussed, like, I think I play typically one of them in my decks. I favor over the Bojack, which keeps the leader tap, because in most decks require the leader for, like, good effects. Like, in Austin's case, if he swings his leader, he gets to put a card underneath it and then draw 2, which helps his activate main engine.
And it's also, we'll have crit, plus, it's 20k crit most of the time. So that would have been devastating against this.
So one thing we haven't talked about yet, why go blue-green? I know you've practiced a little bit with the green-yellow, and then you've kind of leaned more towards green-blue.
Honestly, the big thing is that I was not seeing any luck with green-yellow, and that was before the Vile Creator, Double Striker, because Jimmy suggested to me in this deck to put that. He's like, oh wait, it's a good option for this to be Vile Creator because you can give your lead, 30k Double Strike crit, which is what I use it for. And I also I'm just more comfortable with having some blue because I played Cooler for so long that it feels a little more natural to me with having beans. But the issue is this list is so much better with a 17-18 having 2 of those and then having the new SR cell. Like it's a little bit more of a struggle with this setup, but with those 2 cards fixing in there, which I'm going to have when the new set comes out, I like the deck a lot. And with the green-yellow, I just wasn't seeing any success, and it was frustrating me. And also, I did test against a lot of Vegeta Trunks, so that doesn't help.
So if that's a pretty wide board, what are you thinking of in this moment?
Who are you asking?
I'm referring to Austin in this case because, like, looking down there, even if he had, we see his Dortmund in his hand, which would clear, conveniently enough, the 13 or Garlic Jr. depending on what Nick swung with first. But I mean, just in general, that's a wide board to be looking down with 3 open energy. I just wasn't sure where Austin's mindset was in this moment.
So I had Dormant, so I wasn't the most worried because I keep my energy open. I have EDKs and things to combo with and stuff. And I wasn't too crazy here. I think he does a leader swing, and then I think I Dormant, yeah. And looking back, I think this is one of the mistakes I made, and where I just discarded a Dormant for a Dormant. And that is something that I have a bad habit of doing. I don't think it's smart to discard a Dormant for Dormant, because after I did it, I was like, why did I do that? And I think
I was cool with it.
and especially against a very aggro deck, I don't think it's smart to do. That's something that I realized, after I did it. Because why would against a deck like this? Why would you want to get rid of one of your key tools?
I mean, I can see you do have another dormant in your hand currently, so.
Yeah.
And I will say, you are playing blue. You do play a key card, which is actually a good counter to this deck, Sensubine.
Yep.
Sensubine is a fantastic counter towards AOD deck, because like how Nick mentioned earlier, once you've awakened, you kind of stop drawing. And that's why the blocker Geneva is such a good add to this deck, because it gives you the ability to draw for free, because you're playing with the leader's ability. Your opponent may create life, which is fine. If they don't, you're adding 2 extra cards to your hand.
Right here, real quick. I was celebrating because I just top decked the Vegeta Unison, and as you see, I immediately go tap 4 to play it. I was so elated to see that.
It's a good one to see, especially against this deck, because you get rid of the Bobbity, which if Nick has a hatch in his hand or another Bobbity, he could have it back on the board, which is fine.
Yeah, and there he petrifies. Yeah, and with I think one of my issues too with playing something, I just get in a weird mindset with this deck. When I use that Golden Frieza, for some reason my brain thinks, oh well, I have the -2 on Frieza, I won't need the Dormant, but Dormant is much better than the -2 on Frieza. So that's something I just a weird mindset I have. Then here, I think I got 2 little beans in my hand.
Yeah, you got a bean and a dormant.
A bean and a dormant, okay, yeah.
Yeah, thankfully I did have the hatch in hand, so I was able to go back into the Bobby that he ripped. Otherwise, it would have been a really bad turn.
Yeah, I've been on the end where I've played this enough times to know if you don't have a way of recovering Bobbity, it's just frustrating. Because, like, even that instance, like with that open energy, if you didn't have petrification but you had a Garlic Jr. in your hand, you couldn't negate. Because the cost isn't reduced. This is going to happen a second time.
This is the second time.
But this one, it benefits me way more.
Yeah. The second one I hit 2 negates, so I didn't even get the cards in my hands anyway.
I was very happy to see that. This was very, very tense right here. This is probably the most tense I've been in a match in a while.
I'm trying to see what the other card in your hand is. If it's another green card. You want to put that under your leader. I got you. Because this is a very tough situation. Because, like, technically, Nick could still go off if he had the right cards in hand. Like, if he has Sensubine, he could just reset energy, play another bigger card afterwards, and just keep on applying pressure to you.
Yeah, I was very aware of what was going on. I was like, just like, do I need to do it? And then here is this is a rough choice here where this is something that was questionable to me now after this, because one thing I've noticed in this match that I was doing is I was rushing myself, and I had no reason to rush myself. I was just trying to make fast plays and not smart plays. Because for some reason, like, I found when I'm close, there's like a close chance of winning, I get a little like, I kind of like screw myself. I get too excited and I just start misplaying. I need to slow down when I play these type of games.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, he does have Android 21 Bad Omen energy, so at this point, if I get down to 1 life, I'm going to lose. So I pretty much have to play the rest of the game like I am at 1 life.
So, like he just mentioned, you're technically of 1 and 2 spots right now. you could have Bad Omen right then and there. You could have popped the super combo. He would have lost a life, applied pressure. I think you tap 4 energy for her effect, so you could have left your blue energy up and used the 2 cents of beans and just made him and forced him to combo his whole hand out or his field to stop your attack.
Yeah, I've not played with Bad Omen before. Again, this is the first time making this deck I have, and because my brain was like, I have to drop also an energy when I play Bad Omen. But my brain was thinking like, well, I have to drop the active one. This is what I mean when I get like close and I just think weird, you know? So I was like, I don't want to be tapped out. But, you know, in hindsight, I probably should have done that. And then I got that Dorman here, and then the Dorman and 2B.
So I think in this situation, Nick does combo up to a safe number where you have to take it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like, if he didn't combo it up, you could have applied the 2 cents of beans.
Yeah, if he didn't combo up, I would have just 100% done 2 beans, and then.
Always good.
Yeah, and I knew I had to get pretty high in this, just because he does have all that pressure still on the board, and I was running out of defense. I feel like if I didn't win this turn, it would have been over. And so this, I just risk it to say, let's see the negate.
There wasn't one.
There was not
And he
one.
says no.
Yeah. Let's see here. 30, 40, 45. Yeah. The highest Austin could have gone in that moment was, I think, 35.
Yeah. It was rough, but it was a really close match. I really enjoyed it, and it made me feel very good about playing blue-green, because, like, whenever I realized that I could have won and I was close, it makes me realize it's just me making player mistakes, and it was just fun. I really enjoy playing the cell as blue-green, and I can't wait for the new stuff to come out so I can put it in.
It's going to be really good when it comes out. That means I think our opportunity. Keep on his button symbol and on the screen while Fluff does the outro.
God, I hope this isn't what our meta becomes. Like, God, I just hope it's not this. Read your cards, know your plays, let us make the mistakes so that you don't have to, and fluff out.